Elon Musk has just blown my mind again. His new startup, XAI, now has something that is actually better than the free ChatGPT version. But first, let's cover some interesting news from China. Also, I'm still sick, so I'm not going to do a video today, just screen share. This seems like a bullish rumor. Tesla's sales staff in China are widely posting about the Model Y's upcoming price hike. This follows a price hike of a few $1,000s for the Model Y performance in China fairly recently. That previous price increase specifically was about 2,000 USD. BMW sees itself leading Tesla on batteries. Tesla needs to close the gap with us. But the thing is, they are talking about 2025. They are not talking about right now. So yeah, by then, don't you think that Tesla will be more advanced? And I remember some big promises about the BMW i4 when before it came out, that it will have this huge range, but it didn't. So BMW is not exactly very trustworthy when it comes to actually releasing a car with the range that they said they could. There's something really interesting happening here. Versant says Tesla's vehicles will double as distributed AI computers while they are not operating. Tesla is a tech company. We all know that Tesla is a tech company. Well, at least we retail investors know. Elon said, provided our vehicle AI computer is able to run the model, Tesla will probably have the most amount of true usable inference compute on Earth. Even in a robotaxi future, the cars will only be used for 1/3 of hours per week, leaving 2/3 for distributed inference. So yeah, all of that compute is not just going to sit idle doing nothing. One really interesting thing about Elon's version of ChatGPT called Grock is that it has up-to-date information. So for example, you can ask it, when was Elon's last interview with Joe Rogan, and it will tell you exactly. And you can even ask it, what was Joe Rogan wearing, and it will tell you. In the meantime, other models like ChatGPT will struggle a lot and will give you basically not very useful information. And Elon replied to this picture here. Here's where Elon Musk has completely blown my mind again. So he created something that is a bit like ChatGPT. It's called Grock, and it is already better than the free ChatGPT version. That's crazy. Now, ChatGPT 4, which is a paid version of ChatGPT, is still better than Grock 1, but it's not better by a crazy, crazy amount. And keeping in mind that with Grock, you actually have up-to-date information, it's probably more useful. Especially for me, it's definitely going to be much more useful. ChatGPT 3.5 is fairly okay for me. And if I had a choice between it and ChatGPT 4, if ChatGPT 3.5 was able to give me up-to-date information, I would probably more often use ChatGPT 3.5. So to me, Grock is probably already better. Now, I don't have access to it yet. I'm going to try to sign up and try to use it. But just based on this information provided by XAI, it seems like it's going to be more useful to me. Although it seems like you need to be in the US to access it. I'm in Canada, so I probably won't have access to it for a little while. From Drive Tesla Canada, a Model 3 owner who sued Tesla alleging that the company had failed to deliver on its promised features of full self-driving has settled his case out of court. The owner, Ed Butler, wanted to be reimbursed for the money he spent on FSD in 2019. So he ended up getting his money back plus £2,000. It seems that his case was based on this wording that Tesla had on its website at the time. Automatic driving on city streets supposedly was coming that year, which it's not really automatic driving on city streets. I mean, you still have to pay attention and everything. So that was basically used as the argument against Tesla. This is not exactly great news because there could be possibly many more refunds that could be given to other customers as well. I'll need to look deeper into this story, but that's something to be aware of. Maybe this is completely nothing, but it's something to know about. Also, generally speaking, European countries have much stronger consumer protection laws, so I don't really think this would be a problem in North America, where most FSD sales actually happen. But still, it could give some people ideas. And the Cybertruck is 3.5 weeks away from entering stage number 4. 2 Cybertrucks spotted off-roading in Tahoe National Forest. They handled a level 4 trail like a boss. You can read exactly how difficult it was, basically, and here are some pictures. They are coming. This is hilarious. 650 anonymous Ford dealerships between June and October were polled. Nearly half, 48% of them, said that they don't trust the automaker. Now, if we anonymously poll Ford and get the numbers from Ford, we will probably find out that Ford does not trust about 100% of its dealers. So it seems like the feeling is mostly mutual here to me. There's this black Cybertruck that was seen here, and it looks, I think, amazing. In a moment you'll see the whole thing, and it especially looks good as the light sort of shines or reflects here, which I guess technically makes it not fully matte black, but it looks cool. And here's another person that was able to spot the Cybertruck. Here it does seem a bit more matte black, actually. Yeah, looks pretty interesting. And here, yeah, it definitely is matte black, I think. It's not just a regular black color. What do you think? Do you love it? I like it. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. For this quarter, James is sticking with 480,000 deliveries. Tesla's voice commands for me used to work really well, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe Tesla made some sort of update or something. I have no idea, but it just doesn't work as well for me anymore. But I think with Grock being integrated into Tesla, I think the commands will start working well again for me. And I don't think it's because of my accent. I think the car understands exactly what I'm saying. It just, when I ask for things like, I want to change my steering wheel, so show me controls of a steering wheel, it just doesn't do it. I don't know how I used to do it before. It worked for me every time when I would just ask it sort of randomly without any specific commands, but now it just doesn't really work. Maybe I was triggering specific commands before, and now there's something that's different. I have no idea, but I think with Grock in Teslas will get quite a bit better. Troy says, I think it's likely that Giga Texas will start test production in 2025, and other Tesla factories, Giga Berlin, Giga Mexico, and a new factory in China will copy the production line and start volume production in January of 2026. I have my own expectations for the next generation vehicle timeline in my model on Patreon, but this seems pretty reasonable to me. And Troy says that groundwork at Giga Mexico has not started yet. If it starts by the end of this month, the factory will be ready for production by October 10th in 2025. Giga Mexico will make a compact car for the US market and is expected to have a 53 kilowatt hour LFP battery. And Troy thinks that CATL will build a new factory in the US which could supply batteries to Tesla. Troy's opinion is based on this article. Tesla is currently looking for a supercharger deployment project manager in Australia, so it's clearly going to roll out some more superchargers in Australia. One of the most important people that work for Tesla in China just gave an interview. Her name is Tao Lin, and she says that many of the improvements to the upgraded Model 3 come from the Research and Development Center in China. For example, ventilated seats, I assume is what's meant here. New interior materials, how quiet the car is, and we did hear about that from every single review. The car has less vibration, the suspension is much better, and it's so much quieter. Tesla established the Gigafactory data center to achieve localization of data storage, so all of the data generated in vehicles in China will be stored in China. Currently, a car can come off the production line in about 30 seconds, so that's pretty nice. Automation in the welding workshop is now close to 100%. Giga Casting reduces manufacturing time from 1 to 2 hours to 3 to 5 minutes. And this is interesting. The Shanghai Mega Factory the one that will make mega packs, will cover the global market. After finishing today's video, I actually feel a little bit less sick. I think maybe it's also because I feel like I'm doing something useful, and I'm pretty happy that I actually did the video today. So overall, that just makes me quite a bit happy. And also, I would like to thank everyone for leaving all the kind comments and wishing me good health and a speedy recovery. I really appreciate these, actually. So if you do leave these, do know that I really appreciate these. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.